In this video, I'm going to walk you through live how we stopped a hack attempt on one of our WordPress websites. I'm going to show you how we use Cloudflare and the security tools available to shut down a Russian hacker. If you find this video useful, please like and subscribe below, and let's get into it. Okay, so here's what we're seeing. We're seeing lots of these CPU use warnings from the same server over a long period of time. Okay, now that means that something is actively working to push that CPU up and make it kind of go wrong. We'll just pop open that server. So as you can see, it just says that's the name of the server. So you just go to Terminus or your SSH client and open up that one. The other thing you'll see is in, say, this server will be going up and down. There'll be lots of incidents saying it's up now, and a few minutes later then it'll be down, and a few minutes later it'll be up and down. Okay, so for the last hour, well, actually for the last 3 or 4 hours, you can see it's been going up and down quite a bit. So the first thing to do is to jump on that box and go htop. I've just got Terminus programs to have a look at htop straight away. So you can see there's a few things going on here. We've got the normal clam scan, so that's the antivirus scan that happens on the website, but there's a lot of My Vision threads running at the same time as well, and I've got this one ordered by CPU. So the MariaDB is a symptom of the fact that we've got lots of these. So you can see this one's been running for 12 seconds, which means that everything's really slow, but it means that there's a lot of those. And the server's struggling to process them. So all these MariaDB ones, all the website. So now we can see that we've probably got a culprit in terms of which site it is. What we'll do is we'll cancel that, and we're going to go look at the logs. So this one just tails everything inside of the logs. I'll just cancel that. So there you go. You can see what it is we're actually looking at. In this case, I really only just want to look at myvision.com.au and I'll see what's going on. Okay, and look at that, we've got everything just coming from this one IP address. So that's really good because it means we can probably block that one IP address fairly easily. What else can we see here? It's all coming from a very similar user agent, but anything that's running at that sort of speed is trying to do something bad. And you can also see, look here, so it's getting a page and it's injecting something at the end of it. So that says to me what they're trying to do actually is breach the website and use those pages in a malicious manner. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is pop over into and the good thing here, actually, sorry, what I think about it is that all of these are reporting on 404, okay? So obviously if they think they've got a script on the server and then they're hitting this 404, then that's a good thing. It's because they've got some results that are not actually getting them anywhere, or they're getting, say this one here is a 403, you can see. So that status code is really important in this sense, is that we want to make sure that they are not actually getting a legit site. Now, of course, the problem is that because the CPU is getting maxed out, the actual number of requests that it's able to process are way down. And that is resulting in, as you can see again here in Better Stack, it's now complaining that this issue is now happening again. All right, so we're going to do a couple things. The first thing is we're going to go find My Vision in Cloudflare, and I mean there's no real pattern to these other than the fact they're all coming from the same IP address. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stop them getting to the site through the WAF, the Web Application Firewall, and we're going to start by blocking that IP. Okay, so IP source address equals that, save and block, deploy. So very quickly, what we'll start to see is that rule will actually start kicking in. Interestingly, we've also, for some reason, that rule there is being turned off. So I don't know why that is. So I want to turn that one back on, because anything that's outside of these countries, like, we don't want that to be. So known boxes off, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore. and nothing from the source IP. Okay, so that gives you the managed challenge. That's a good thing. And then we also want to create an expression. Let's just do this one as well while we're here, because it should be there. Let's get the name of that one correct also. Bang, bang, managed challenge deploy. Okay. So now, because that's started to kick in, what we're going to see is if we look at Cloudflare and we refresh this, so what we want to have happen before anything else is we want this source IP address to be blocked. So I'm going to move that row up so that it happens before anything else. And as you can see, we're already blocking a whole bunch of pages from that particular IP. So that's a good thing. There we go. Okay, and now we can see that coming from the Russian Federation. So it's already telling us that we're winning the war here. Okay. So the next thing is that we want to see that there's a better quality of service. So as you can see, if we scroll back up a bit, what was that IP address? I've already forgotten. It's this one that ends in 126. Yes, as you can see, they're already way back up here somewhere. And we've already got more varied and more legitimate traffic apparently coming through. Okay, these are all now 200s. Everything's looking like that's the way it should be. Okay, so now if we go back to HTOP, we're going to see everything on the server has settled down a bunch more. Our load average is still at 5.8, but it's much better than the last 30 minutes. So you can see here it says 24 and 26. So those were our load averages over the previous periods. And now all of a sudden it's dropping down to 5, and look, it's just gone to 4.8. So this load average is going to drop. That means also that the clam scan is going to be able to get through and finish up without too much hassle from here. Okay, I mean, it's still going to use a lot of CPU, it always does. But as you can see, the quality of service for the site is actually going to get significantly better in the next few minutes. So that's what you're looking for, and the signs and symptoms of when something is being absolutely abused from the outside world. And a really good way of spotting it is just you'll see those IP addresses all the time. They'll be just consistent all the way through. Now it's very likely that this guy will probably give us or try some attacks from another location. As you can see, all of these are so close together that they're actually automated. So he's just running a bot against us here. These numbers are going to go up pretty quickly as well. And then this second rule in Cloudflare, this one here, this one's going to be blocking and protecting against people from other places. Okay. Now, this particular client doesn't have traffic or doesn't target people in these countries. So having a managed challenge on those from outside of their normal geographical location is fine. This doesn't work for everybody, but it works in this particular case. And then the third one is obviously if you're not in that geographical area, we just want to make sure that you are getting protected against the normal stuff on the WP login. We just want to double check and just make sure that that one is very well protected. So let's see, is he giving us more? 7:46. Yeah, so this was now 5 minutes ago. So they've already spotted that they can't get to the site. The bot has stopped itself and it's moved on. They're going to go off and go and try and hack something else now. So there you go. So that's a very quick rundown, and really all you need to do is have a quick look at the logs, find the IP address that is the thing that is smashing that particular site. Just acknowledge the incident in better uptime. Make sure those firewalls are in place. And I mean, he's done. I mean, we can quite literally take that off now. This particular rule, this second rule here, will now prevent that from happening, because this says if country is not in Australia, Hong Kong, New Zealand, and Singapore, which are the primary target locations for this site. Anything outside of that is going to get a managed challenge, which is very straightforward. It's going to block bots like this from getting to the site. In this case, one from the Russian Federation, because it's not in that list. So there you go. That's how that works, and hopefully that's useful. Thanks for watching. Bye. So as you can see, this attempt was actually relatively simple. It was coming from one IP address, and it was just probably a bot that someone has probably purchased on the internet and pointed at that website. They can become a lot more complex than that. They can use multiple IPs. They can even use servers in trusted countries like the US or Australia. And again, that makes it a bit harder to shut those down. So this one was a relatively simple example, but it's a really good example to show you about how you can use Cloudflare to protect your websites and why you absolutely must do so. So if you found this video useful, please like and subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.